Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's talk a little bit about some of the definitions. We're seeing some file types here that we've not seen before, and so we do want to define them to make it clear, okay? This is just, may seem tedious, but this is how I actually learn, so let's just start from the very beginning, and I'm not going to make any assumptions whatsoever, okay? So when we go through this application, there's a lot of this that's just the setup, okay? So program.cs, that's where it starts, and the rest of it is just basically a lot of setup right inside here. But there's a couple of things that we may not be familiar with, okay? So PNG, that's just an image, all right? But there's this .razor file type. What is that, okay? And then we see a let me see, go down. .cs, that's a C# app, all right? There's .html, that's a web page, all right? And then there's .razor. What's a .razor? So .razor is basically, it's Blazor's own file type that basically defines a combination of C# and HTML, okay? Before it was called cshtml, so you may actually see that. And from the server app, you do see cshtml, and I think from what I understand, it's the same thing, only when it's run on the server, it's called cshtml, and when it's run on the browser, it's called Razor. I'm not sure why. I think that's just, that seems to be the difference, but for the most part, it's the same. So what we have, if we go into it, we'll just see, we'll go over this in the future, but we'll see some tags right inside of here, right? So this is HTML. All right. And then we have some code right inside here. So this is C# code. It's a combination of C# code and HTML. That's all a Razor file actually is. And what Blazor is, it's a combination of a lot of these files, and these are called components. Components are basically just customized elements. All right, so you just make an element. You know how you have this like H1, so it's header 1? That's basically built into the HTML system, right? But what if you could have a very, very complicated type of elements inside of here, right? An element that would show like a clock. In this one, the element is a counter. The element itself is a counter itself. So you just put the element there and you're done. And if you have any problems with the element, you go back to the component, the custom element. If you have a problem with it, you go back to the component and edit it, and then that'll help fix it. So that's what Blazor basically is, a series of custom-made elements that you put all together to make a nice web application, all right? I think that's about it. I think that's really what I wanted to go over, the difference between a Razor file and a CS file, and then HTML also. And we'll go from there. Thanks.